Hi, I'm Paul Feinberg, and I'm here today with Professor Daniel J.B. Mitchell, the Ho Soo Woo Chair in Management and Public Policy at UCLA Anderson. And our topic today is the California state budget. Dan, can we begin by, I'm going to ask you to describe the state of the budget, kind of where things stand as of today, the first week of February, and then we'll get into some of the things the governor's doing and some of the things he should and shouldn't be doing.
We like to think of a budget as balanced, and if you watch the press conference that we had last August when the budget was signed, albeit almost 2 months late, it was described as balanced. And in common sense terms, most people think of balance meaning that the revenue coming in was balanced by the expenditures going out. There was no surplus, there was no deficit, everything was even. We don't have that situation today, and we didn't have it last August, although everybody applauded, everybody congratulated themselves for getting a budget, albeit late. The fact of the matter is that whenever the economy begins to slow or even turn down, revenue begins to fall. And when revenue begins to fall, if you are already in a precarious situation, that situation gets worse. So right now, we have a serious budget crisis. The governor had some room left over from his original deficit financing bonds back in 2004. He has directed the state treasurer to sell the remaining bonds. It's a little over $3 billion. Those are gone. Those are for sale now. They're going to be gone. And at that point, we really won't have any cushion left. The state is facing a cash crisis.
So in his State of the State last month, the budget was key to the speech. It was the thing he talked most about. What are some of the things he's saying now, and what's your take on some of the things he's saying and doing now?
One of the things he talked about in that speech was that the budget on the expenditure side is constrained by various voter initiatives that we've passed over the last couple decades, even more, that put spending on an automatic path. And revenue, on the other hand, is constrained by the fact that we have really only 3 major taxes that finance the state. That's the income tax, the personal income tax, the sales tax, and a tax on corporate profits. When you add those 3 together, basically that is state revenue. People think a lot about, oh, what about the state lottery and what about the tax on liquor and that sort of thing. But all of that is peanuts. Even Indian gaming, which was very much in the news with the most recent election, is peanuts compared to those 3 major sources of tax. Those 3 major sources of tax are cyclically sensitive, and particularly the income tax is highly progressive for a state income tax. So it's very dependent on the highest income earners. And the highest income earners often have volatile sources of income. They depend on financial markets. So not only do we see the ups and downs of the business cycle reflected in the state budget, but we see the ups and downs of financial markets. And those financial markets, as you know, including the housing market, have been anything but stable recently. So the governor talked about that, and he said we have to have a more stable tax base as well as trying to get away from having our expenditures on automatic pilot.